Our first flight was from Atlanta, Georgia to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Our first stop was at La Muralla, or the city wall.
These walls were built between 1664 and 1668 to protect against attacks from the British and the Dutch, and to ward off pirates. Our next stop is Plazuela de la Rogativa.
This area of San Juan was used as firing grounds during the war against the British in 1797.
Our next stop is in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
Our first stop is at this famous place called Alcazar de Colon. This is one of the oldest mansions in the Americas.
Our next stop is Calle de las Damas. This is the oldest street in Santo Domingo with construction beginning in 1502. The street runs from the Fortaleza Ozama to the Alcazar de Colon. Its first name was the Calle de la Fortaleza, or Street of the Fort.
Our next stop is Madrid, Spain. This is the Royal Palace of Madrid.
The Palacio Real de Madrid, or the Royal Palace of Madrid, is the official residence of the Spanish royal family. It is located in the city of Madrid, but is only used for state ceremonies.
Our next stop will be San Francisco El Grande Basilica.
San Francisco El Grande Basilica is a Roman Catholic church in the city of Madrid in a neighborhood called La Latina.
Our next flight is to Lisbon, Portugal. Our next stop is St. George's Castle. This is a sight the whole city can see. It was originally a residence for Roman conquerors in the 16th century.
Our next stop is Fundação Amália Rodrigues Casa. This is the house of one of Portugal's most famous singers.
Our next flight is from Lisbon, Portugal to Sydney, Australia. Our first stop in Australia will be at the world-famous Sydney Opera House.
The Sydney Opera House is one of the best places to visit. Along with having award-winning shows each night, it is also one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Our next stop is the Queen Victoria Building.
This is one of the largest malls in Australia. It is also one of the oldest.
Our next flight is to Nadi, Fiji.
Our first stop in Fiji is Navala Village.
This village has many things to do, like kayaking, ziplining, and cultural activities. Our next stop is Sri Shiva Temple. The original temple had been in existence for a long time. This is the first temple in Fiji for the Hindu. Our next flight is from Nadi, Fiji to Calgary, Canada. Our first stop in Calgary is Heritage Park. The park is branded as a living history museum since it features a village that was recreated to appear as it might have in the late 19th and early 20th century Alberta. Our next stop is at Fort Calgary. The construction of the fort was initiated on April 10, 1875 by a federal order to force out whiskey traders from the area. Today, the fort is a National Historic Site.